Once, the cosmos echoed with a Russian accent as the world watched in awe at the bold ambitions of the Soviet Union. The space race was not just a contest of technology but a battle for global prestige, and Russia was at the forefront, inspiring generations with its daring achievements. The launch of Sputnik in 1957 marked the dawn of the space age, and Yuri Gagarin's historic orbit in 1961 made him a symbol of human possibility. These moments cemented Russia's place as a pioneer, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. For decades, Roscosmos stood as a titan of space exploration. Its Soyuz rockets became legendary, renowned for their reliability and resilience, ferrying astronauts to orbit when others could not. The world depended on Russian engineering to keep the dream of space alive. Yet today, that legacy is fading. The once mighty infrastructure now shows signs of neglect, with abandoned facilities and aging equipment serving as stark reminders of a glorious past slipping away. Technological stagnation and systemic corruption have become persistent obstacles. While other nations and private companies race ahead with cutting-edge innovations, Russia clings to outdated technology. The gap between Russia and its competitors grows wider each year, as new players redefine what's possible in space. Corruption and bureaucracy divert crucial funds away from research and development, stifling progress and eroding public trust. Ambitious projects are delayed or abandoned, and talented minds often seek opportunities elsewhere. Dependency on foreign components, now restricted by international sanctions, causes further delays and uncertainty. Production lines stall, and engineers wait for parts that may never arrive. Russia's space program, once a beacon of progress, is now tethered by earthly problems. As the world looks to Mars and beyond, Russia struggles to keep pace, its legacy at risk of fading into history. Enter SpaceX, driven by Elon Musk's vision to make humanity multi-planetary. SpaceX revolutionized spaceflight with reusable rockets, slashing costs. The Falcon 9's successful landings redefined industry economics. SpaceX's affordability opened space to more players, disrupting the status quo. The Falcon 9 became the modern workhorse, launching frequently and reliably. SpaceX's model shifted space exploration from government-led to commercially driven. Launch statistics reveal the shift in space dynamics. In 2022, the US, led by SpaceX, launched 87 missions, a stark contrast to Russia's 22. SpaceX alone accounted for 61 US launches, outpacing entire nations. This highlights the shift from government to private sector dominance. SpaceX's agility and cost efficiency have reshaped the launch market. Each launch fuels further innovation, while Russia struggles with limited resources. Starship is SpaceX's next leap, aiming to change our space relationship. It's a colossal, reusable vehicle for interplanetary travel, dwarfing past rockets. The Raptor engine, using methane, is key to its reusability and efficiency. Starship's ambition contrasts with Russia's incremental improvements. While Russia refines old tech, SpaceX builds a system for routine lunar trips. Starship's scale and ambition set it apart, heralding a new space era. Elon Musk's vision for humanity's future in space doesn't stop at Mars. It begins with establishing a permanent presence on the Moon, laying the foundation for what he calls Moonbase Alpha. This isn't just a temporary outpost or a fleeting scientific mission. It's the first step toward a thriving, self-sustaining lunar settlement that could one day support hundreds or even thousands of people living and working on the Moon. Unlike the brief Apollo missions of the past, Moonbase Alpha is envisioned as a bustling lunar city. It will be a hub for cutting-edge scientific research, advanced manufacturing, and even new forms of industry that can only exist in the Moon's unique environment. Scientists, engineers, and explorers will collaborate here, pushing the boundaries of what's possible beyond Earth. The SpaceX Starship, with its spacious interior and robust design, will serve as the initial habitat for early crews. Its versatility allows it to land, provide shelter, and even act as a laboratory and command center, making it the perfect starting point for building a permanent base. To survive the harsh lunar environment, Moonbase Alpha will rely on a combination of solar arrays and compact nuclear reactors. These energy sources will keep the lights on, power life support systems, and enable round-the-clock operations, even during the Moon's long, frigid nights. The Moon will become a proving ground for technologies and techniques needed for Mars. Astronauts will practice extracting water from lunar regolith, grow food in controlled habitats, and test robotics, all essential skills for future interplanetary explorers. With its low gravity and lack of atmosphere, the Moon is the perfect launchpad for missions deeper into the solar system. From here, humanity will take its next giant leap, using the moon as a springboard to Mars, the asteroids, and beyond. Moonbase Alpha marks a shift from government to private space exploration. SpaceX and others have transformed the landscape, driven by commercial viability. This model fosters rapid innovation and cost reduction. NASA now partners with private firms, leveraging their efficiency. For state-led programs like Russia's, this shift is a challenge. Private companies launch more frequently and cheaply, outpacing traditional models. Humanity stands on the brink of a new era, one where the dream of becoming a truly spacefaring civilization is closer than ever before. This transformation is not being led by governments alone, but by private visionaries and bold entrepreneurs who are rewriting the rules of space exploration. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are pushing boundaries, making what once seemed impossible now feel inevitable. The countdown to a new age has begun. Elon Musk's vision of Moonbase Alpha and thriving Martian cities is no longer just science fiction. With each successful launch and landing, the reality of humans living and working on the Moon and Mars draws nearer. These ambitious projects promise not only to expand our horizons, but to fundamentally change what it means to be human, transforming us into a multi-planetary species. This new space race is about more than national pride or technological one-upmanship. It's about building a future where people from every nation can contribute to and benefit from the exploration and settlement of other worlds. International collaboration and competition are fueling rapid progress, as teams of scientists and engineers from around the globe work together to solve the challenges of space travel. Yet as the world accelerates toward this future, Russia's once mighty space program is struggling to keep pace. Decades of underinvestment, corruption, and reliance on outdated technology have left it lagging behind. Once a pioneer, Russia now faces the risk of being left out of humanity's greatest adventure. The driving force behind today's space race is commercial innovation. Private companies are building rockets faster, cheaper, and more reliably than ever before, setting a pace that traditional state-run programs struggle to match. As new technologies emerge and costs fall, the gap between the old guard and the new pioneers only widens. The nations and companies that lead the way to the Moon and Mars will shape the destiny of humanity in space. The choices made today will determine who writes the next chapter in our story among the stars.